Are we going to get a Trump Republican nominee for president every 4 years? Yes. You're wrong. Maybe Barron is gonna be something. But Donald Trump is the only reason the Trump name is popular. His kids don't have the star power. I think it depends on what happens in the next few elections. If Trump loses in 2024, his hold over the party will be greatly diminished and there's not much his children can do. Although a massive rejection of Dems in 2026 could change that a bit. If Trump wins in 2024, he will still be the complete controller of the party, rooting out any opposition. And in that world, there is a very real chance that his family members get political positions. Probably not actually a Trump, but if Trump wins against Biden, then the GOP will probably have a Trumpian nominee for at least a few elections after that. Although I hate him, nobody in his family has even close to the charisma Donald has. None of the Trump kids have the charisma that he has. I'm sure that we could see at least one of them try, but unless he is still alive and campaigning for them, which I can't see him doing, then I don't think that they stand a chance. Never underestimate the stupidity of US voters. Depends how 2024 goes. If Trump gets stomped and there is a cascade of down-ballot losses, the Fed-level GOP will likely circle the wagons and all pretend they were against him all along. He'll lose most of his influence overnight if mainstays like Cruz get defeated in November. That being said, his influence at the state level is probably here to stay. Or at least it's going to take a few election cycles to shake it off. Laws that would have been considered crazy to pass back in 2012, even in staunchly conservative states, are now the norm in GOP-controlled state government. That ball started rolling because of Trump, but I believe it's here to stay for a while. Even if he's off the stage, you don't get rid of a DeSantis-controlled or Abbott-controlled state government overnight. Sudden shifts, like what happened in Kansas, are the exception, not the rule. Now if the 2024 election is close, or if God forbid Trump wins, then yeah, pretty sure the GOP changes its name to the Grand Leader Trump Party and no one gets on the ballot without his say-so. After his death, he'll have Don Jr. firmly entrenched as the next party leader. Then every election is the GLT passing laws at the state level that slowly shut down opposition voters until eventually we find ourselves in a dictatorship under the Trump royal family. Okay, so that scenario is hyperbole and a little fearmongery, but it's what Project 2025, the stated goal of the GOP, essentially spells out. It's what some in the GOP already want to happen and are actively trying to achieve. So yeah, 2024 is going to be a very important election cycle. It's not crazy to say that the current form of democracy itself is at stake. Trump needs to lose badly, hopefully in a landslide, so that the GOP can maybe start to grow a soul. Maybe not a Trump, but definitely a Trumper. Just rename it the Trumper Party because their only platform is to do anything he wants. It's a cult of personality. When he dies, his cult dies. Are we going to get a Clinton, Obama Democrat nominee for president every 4 years? Same answer. Probably for a while, yeah. I believe that it depends upon how 2024 goes. If Biden soundly beats Trump and Republicans get beaten badly in Congress, then I believe we have seen the last of Trumpism, and people like Rand Paul, Josh Hawley and Rick Scott would have a hard time being nominated for president by their party, as it moves back more toward the Mitch McConnell model, an asshole party, but sly about it. Since Trump was elected in 2016, the Republicans have lost the House, the Senate, the White House, numerous governorships and state legislatures, and then had a blunted red wave in 2022 where they historically would have taken power again. Even if Trump somehow wins against a vulnerable Biden in 24, which is possible, he's presided over a generational shellacking as they're expected to get slaughtered in the House. They may temporarily take the Senate back in 24, then lose it in 26. This has all happened while the GOP itself is, well, broke. You see, Trump sucks up donations like a Trump kid sucks up cocaine. They're broke. Not just the national level RNC, but state parties all over the country are broke. Trump himself may be able to drive enough people to the polls, but down-ballot people can't without significant GOTV. Get out the vote. Funding, which won't be there because Trump bankrupted his own party. So they may run to continue to grift, but it's very unlikely that anyone not named Donald Trump will be able to make it work. Eventually, after so many embarrassing losses, someone else will arise. A Glenn Youngkin-type character, who returns the sort of John McCain, Cold War Republicans to power. It's just a matter of how much damage is done before that. Trump's hold over the party has been waning for a few years. The media is milking Trump's popularity as long as it can, and that is throwing a very unbalanced light on Trump. The Republican Party doesn't really care who the president is. They are very focused on winning state and local elections, which is where the real political power lies. The far right wants to break the domestic power of the U.S. government, and they are going about this by consolidating power locally. Their only interest in federal government is making it more dysfunctional. Hopefully he will soon pass while drinking a bottle of orange dye and his name will fade into oblivion. Nope. Trump has caused entire GOP party to underperform last 3 elections and he'll again cause Republicans to lose. This is the last time you'll see a Trump. The GOP can only handle one more major loss before becoming irrelevant. MAGA as a cohesive movement won't survive beyond the eventual death of Trump. There's nobody who can convincingly be the standard bearer for all the disparate parts of the Republican coalition aside from him. And he's never going to endorse anyone else or do anything which would transfer the loyalty of his followers to someone else because, like every wannabe strongman, he can't conceive of a movement or party existing outside himself. The Republicans will go back to what they were pre-2016, running either a dynastic offspring or an elder statesman compromise candidate. I'm not American, but looking at the way people have made supporting Donald Trump their entire personality looks like they're in a cult. People driving around with their home and car covered with Trump flags looks bizarre. Him supporting Russia and Vladimir Putin should have been the end of him. Not Trump's star is fading. He's going to lose this one pretty badly, and that will cause the Republicans to look somewhere else. That's my guess, at least. They're not going to stop until they destroy the country they hate so passionately. Probably until he dies.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.